Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about Skirmish, now that most people have had the chance to try it out, and we've also gotten some hints from developers regarding more Skirmish in the future, which is great news. Let's start off with those news. Dennis, the lead designer on Battlefront, tweeted out saying, "This is not a bad thing to vote on, no promises." And with it he links to a poll where he asks what the next game mode added to Skirmish should be. I will link it in the description below so you can vote yourself, but as of recording this video, Supremacy is in the lead, closely followed by Heroes vs Villains. Dennis also stated out on the forum that it entirely depends on the community if they add more Skirmish game modes or not, both based on the general feedback of it, and they also guessed that they can track how much people who are actually playing it to see if it's just a vocal minority playing it or if there's actually a lot of people doing so. If we move on, I want to talk a bit about Skirmish and how it is in its current state. In general, the mode is very well executed and feedback across the community has been very positive. The problem, at least for me, is the numerous bugs pestering the game mode that I'm honestly a bit baffled on how they could get past testing. This includes stuff like not being able to use your custom hand, invisible hero tokens not showing up, cancelling hero tokens, weird damage scaling on both bots and players, which does not represent how much damage different weapons do in multiplayer. I've also read a lot of reports on game-breaking glitches that require you to restart the game, and so on. Most of these are just bugs that will probably and hopefully be fixed pretty soon, but if we move over to how the game mode is as a whole, I think it's really good. The things that need a bit of improvement is the AI. Mostly it's really good, but for instance when you're playing as a rebel it feels like your fellow AI teammates pretty much do zero damage to the walker, whereas if you are the Imperials they actually do plenty of damage, but that might just be a balancing question. Considering this is the first iteration of Skirmish, it's only natural that there's plenty of balancing and tweaking that can be done, especially considering how complex Walker Assault is, so it's definitely a trial and error balancing thing. But I do think they should focus on the bugs first, because the balance right now is not that bad. In terms of Fighter Squadron, I haven't heard much complaints at all, since it's a simpler game mode than Walker Assault, and the fact that they already had AI for it probably made the implementation a bit easier. On the other hand, I don't play Fighter Squadron that much, so I might have missed something, but so far I haven't noticed any major bugs. In general, I'm glad that Skirmish turned out as well as it did, and I'm also glad to see such a overwhelming positive response from the community, which will then hopefully motivate DICE to make more Skirmish maps and game modes in the future. As long as they iron out the current bugs in Skirmish, I will be very happy about the game mode, because as of right now I do get quite frustrated by these bugs, especially if playing with a friend or against harder difficulties. In summary, I would say that due to the positive response for Skirmish, I would be surprised if they did not add more game modes to Skirmish in the future, and hopefully this positivity will also give DICE and Motive a hint for the next game and add Skirmish or a similar game mode from the launch. I'm fairly convinced that Motive are actually working on a campaign, and if they are, I hope that it won't rule out some simple Skirmish bot action as well. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts on Skirmish are so far and what other game modes you hope they will add. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.